All right, so we're doing this. I've literally in the last 48 hours been thinking about if I should or should not do this, but we're doing it.
A white woman here, and this is not a bad pose. This is me talking to you and just having a conversation, like a truthful conversation.
Y'all really do want to have a truthful conversation. And yes, to my sisters, I know. However, I'm going to throw them these breadcrumbs. Y'all know the damn Venmo. I tell you that. For these breadcrumbs, y'all know the Venmo. But let's have a conversation.
I woke up and I really just want to do something. And what can I do?
This is the overarching question that all of y'all have. What can you do? That is a question that you inherently have to ask yourself and your God, whatever governing, whatever in here, that's where you start with that question. You don't externally start with that question. And that is something that we have done for years because we don't have the external resources to make a lot of shake. So we've had to go inside and we've had to empathize and we've had to put ourselves in various shoes, head spaces outside of our own to figure out how to get out of peril within various circumstances. So this is a question that you ultimately, the first thing that you should be doing when you wake up is to ask yourself that.
I don't want to be performative. I don't want to be perceived that way.
Question for you would be, do you not want to be performative or do you not want to be perceived that way, or both? Because the way that this is worded and the way that it's coming across in my comment section, y'all are more concerned about being perceived as performative than actually being performative. You guys are more concerned with being perceived as a Trump supporter than actually harboring and creating safe spaces for Trump supporters to exist within your families, within your communities. Y'all are very, very keen on the perception, which is why the work escapes you, which is why the actual being escapes you, and it has you here asking for what you can do, when the real thing that y'all are saying when you're asking what can you do is what can I do to be perceived differently, not what I can do to actually be different.
I just want to do something, but also I want to be known that I didn't do this. I wasn't part of this.
Ooh, child, and this part right here might be the hardest part for y'all to grasp, because while you might have voted for Kamala this time, hell, you might have voted for Obama back in the day, y'all did do this. You did. You did, honey. And it might not be directly, but the way that racism, bigotry, homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia has been allowed to really weave itself, actually not even weave itself, it was woven into the fibers of the American tapestry. And y'all have never thought that it needed to be extracted out. It needed to be ripped out. So whether you cast the right ballot this time or you did the right thing this time and you didn't be racist specifically, or you don't actually you still are part of a society that makes it okay for those things to exist. So you have to accept some form, some part of it. The biggest part about this that y'all are going to struggle with the most is that you have this deep desire to separate yourself, but you don't need to separate yourself. You need to realize that you are a part of it, a very real part of it that's giving it life. Even with your good choices, even with casting the right ballot, it's a part of you. The more you try to divorce yourself from the Trump supporters and from, oh, I voted the right way, I'm not one of those, the further distance that you create from actually being able to utilize your privilege, utilize your position, and do something about it.
And I feel like I do stand with y'all.
Feeling like and actually doing it are two totally different things. And what does standing with us look like for you? Because you said that you feel like you stand with us. What does that look like? What does that mean? What impact does that actually make? If you can't actually call to anything other than physically standing next to us, yes, sister girl, go, it means nothing, boo.
I don't know if I'm saying this the right way. Like I said, I don't want an argument. I really want to express myself here, and I have a hard time with words.
And that's cool. Hopefully you don't perceive this as an argument. There's plenty of little white women in my comment section. It's why is Erica so mad? And it's crazy because I've just been so free and so happy and joyfully like gathering people and telling them to go to hell. Like, I am not mad at all. So this is all about, I guess, your perception. This isn't an argument, and that's another thing, a point I want to make. If you actually want to be in conversation, if you actually want to learn, you want to grow, you want to stretch, you want to be pushed, then you have to be willing to accept the feedback however it comes. You cannot tone police, and I'm not saying that you're trying to do that to me, but moving forward, if people are getting you together, you need to receive the getting together, and you need to be sifting through the anger, sifting through the frustration, sifting through whatever package they decide to package it in, and figuring out what can you take that could actually better you. What can you use that can actually expand your mind? What can be a piece of the puzzle that puts together the best, most optimal, actual, like, I'm finna do some shit version of yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. And when it comes to me, y'all ass is gonna get it real. You gonna get it low-key raw, because I can only do but so much on this app. And I'm done giving a shit about y'all's feelings.
I don't want to walk down the street and I give the little white people smile. You know how it is. It's just me. Like, that's what I do. I do it to everyone, but then when I do it, I feel kind of awkward.
You should feel awkward. Let this be a lesson. First up, retire y'all little white people smile. Go out your way. You know what? Y'all want tangible ways to show that you're different, which I'm going to get to it, of like, that is just dead and gone. Like, y'all are going to have to build up a reputation. There's no quick fix here. FYI. Spoiler alert. The little white people smile, retire it. Speak to us first. Speak, not necessarily loudly, because I'm about to say speak to us loudly, but I don't want you to be all extra and be ridiculous, but actually say hello. Say, excuse me. Say, how can I help you? I cannot tell you how many white people I engage with, and I'm not saying all of them are racist or anything like that, but I moved through the world with a smile. I moved through the world trying to, you know, enter spaces and leave them better than I found them, and there's countless white people on a daily basis who I will speak to that don't never speak back, that look at me, give me that little white person smile, but there's also a little something behind it, and it's just like, it don't even take all that. Like, for all the white women talking about, this is one heathen race, the way that y'all treat me when I'm walking up and down these streets, these real ass streets, these Detroit streets, these Baltimore streets, these LA streets, stop white women smiling at me, and damn sure stop ignoring me. Y'all want to differentiate yourselves? Go out your way to make places safer and make people feel welcome that don't look like you.
But like, I don't want people to think that I'm one of them.
Back to the, you don't want people to think that you're one of them. You are one of them. You are, babes. No bracelet is going to change that. You are one of them. Now what? Now you accept it, you sit with it, and you work like hell to be the definition of your greater version of yourself, or the greatest person that you can be. Not this billboard for whatever that this virtual signal is basically trying to do. You are one of them. Now it's up to y'all to change what y'all's them is. Just like I'm one of the black women, yeah, I'm one of them. It don't matter if it's Sexy Red or if it's Michelle. I'm one of them. Period. Y'all want to change y'all's PR? Y'all got to work on that. Y'all won't individually be able to say I'm not one of them, because you are one of them.
And how do we do that? Like, you seem like a complete straight up honest person. And
Well, thank you, darling. I try to keep it real. I swear I do. And it's wild because I've been contemplating on TikTok for so long, and it's not until I just decided to say, F it, I'm going to say how I feel, and now all of a sudden this is happening. But thank you.
like, us sincere white women, we don't want to do performative. We're not doing it for that reason. We're doing it because like we really want to be known that we are not one of them.
You could refer back to my other point with that one. You don't want to be performative, you want to be sincere, but you also want to be known. Being known is an act of performing. Like, if you need something to be known, typically you go tell a story, you go perform a story. Accept it, babes. You don't like the idea, the sound, the stigma that comes with being performative, but your ultimate desire of being known for requires a certain level of performance. Unless you make it you. Inherent traits, inherent characteristics, inherent morals, inherent core values.
But like, we need honest answers. Like, do we just not do anything?
Y'all have been not doing anything. So not doing anything is 100% not the goddamn answer. When we say be quiet, it's because you need to listen, not because you don't ever need to speak again. When we say leave us alone, it's not because you need to go sit your ass in a corner and never touch nothing, never do nothing, never say nothing. Those are specific things for specific reasons. Leave black women alone mean you should be so goddamn busy doing the work, making Trump supporters and other bigoted people completely uncomfortable, utilizing your privilege for marginalized people's support and protection and all of that jazz. Like, you should be so busy in the mess, in the thick of the work, that you don't even have time to check and see what the hell going on with a black person, unless you're like, can I help you with this? Hey, I have this extra da-da-da-da-da-da. Do you need this? That's what leave black people, black women alone means. Shut up means when I'm speaking and I'm saying some real stop coming back and forth with me. Like, my comment section has been ridiculous for the last 48 hours. And that's a prime example of y'all asses need to shut up. And not because you needed to stop talking forever, but go talk to yourselves about this. Why are you talking to me? And this is no shade to you, because I think this is going to be a very educational post at the end of the day. So I'm glad that you really did share it. But like, no, babes, you cannot just not do anything. That is no longer an option for y'all.
Do we just go on living? Because, like, seriously, we are hurt by, I don't want to say other white women, because honestly, we don't associate with them usually.
Yes, you go on living, but you go on living a better life. And congratulations, you're hurt. Congratulations, you're feeling the hurt for the first time that black women have repeatedly felt every day of every week, of every month, of every year. Like, y'all are feeling for the first time something that we have felt now, this for like the millionth time. Sit with it, deal with it, and again, don't make it black people's problem, black women's problem. I feel like y'all should be going out y'all way while you are hurt, while you're frustrated, to make sure that no black woman knows how deeply hurt you are, how deeply affected you are. Only y'all should be talking about that amongst yourselves. And then when you come across a black woman, you tuck away that damn hurt and try to figure out how to make that black woman's life easier. But that's just me.
Us that voted and did like certain things, like we did our part.
And that's the other thing. Y'all need to abandon the idea that you did your part, because your part has been sitting neglected for years before this election. You casting the ballot and voting for Kamala did not erase the amount of neglect that you guys have given your actual part. So you really need to sit with and grieve, hurt, whatever those feelings are that come up for you around the idea that y'all didn't do your part. You did not. Thank you for voting for Kamala. And it still wasn't enough. You did not do your part.
They're so confused right now. Like, we just don't know what to do. We hear one thing, oh, blue bracelets, and we see some certain black women saying, yeah, you know, and they're pushing their businesses, and I'm not, I have a post. I made a post. I will buy from any black woman that posts their link and the blue bracelet.
And I said this before. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right here again. If it's a black woman peddling them damn bracelets, then by golly, Miss Molly, go ahead and buy them. I'm not knocking none of my sisters' hustle. Get y'all's money, sis. And if I see you with that blue bracelet, I know what time it is, I know what you own, and I want no parts.
And I saw some other people say that we're making the black women work to buy them off of, and I get that too. Like, I'm seeing so much stuff. Do we just keep quiet? But then if we keep quiet, I feel like I'm not doing anything. Like, seriously, can you help me? Like, I'm being serious when I say this. I'm not like, I don't want this to come off wrong and all that, but like, help us.
And I know that you were seriously asking for help, which is why I seriously made this video. But I particularly left this part in here because I need every white woman to watch and listen to this white woman saying, seriously, can you help us? And while I did turn around and help y'all, I'm sorry, my sisters, I did. Hopefully they drop your girl some Venmo, something in the Venmo, so that can kind of make it all right. Stop asking us to do that. Stop. Take whatever breadcrumbs you can find, get your ass off the couch and get in the field, get your ass off the bench and get in the game, and figure it out. We have had to figure it out for years. I've given you a wealth of information. There's a ton. Like, I've been tagged in some things that I want to repost. So, like, check my reposts as well. And check my page, because I've still been sharing stuff, because this has honestly been a little bit therapeutic for me, of me getting y'all asses together. I'm not even going to hold you. But no, don't stay silent, but watch your mouth when talking to black women. Don't sit around not doing nothing, but also try your damnedest to figure out your game plan before you come to a black woman asking them for help. And then when you're thinking about coming to ask us for help, don't. But if there are black women in your community that you think wouldn't mind, it would also be better if y'all actually came with ideas or a plan. Hey, I think I want to do X, Y, and Z. Do you think that this would be helpful? Hey, I saw X, Y, and Z. I would love to share this. And again, Do that with your own, at your own risk and with your own cautions, because black women are telling you, I'm telling you to leave us the hell alone. However, there are white people, not even just specifically white women, but there are white people within my community that I am probably reluctantly gonna still be like, if they come to me with ideas, I'm gonna say yes or no. I'm gonna say, well, maybe this. But off rip, I hope this helps. Again, Venmo right here. The conversation is interesting. I hate that this is the circumstances that we had to actually have it with. Maybe it'll get better, maybe it won't. Black women are preparing ourselves for the worst, and we got us. So, good luck, Godspeed.
Because we are like numb right now and we just don't know where to turn.